Thank you so much for joining. As you're coming in, please make sure that you take the poll. It is a poll where we have brunch, trying to see if you like mimosas or margaritas, even though I did not put the A on the end of the margarita. So really quickly, just want to say thank you for joining. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and start putting your questions in the Q&A chat. If you have something to say, you can go ahead and raise your hand. Right now, I am just going to kind of go over a little bit of why I created your personal journey log for endometriosis. The personal journey log for endometriosis came about when, of course, I was diagnosed with endometriosis, and we were trying to figure out a way to manage my health. And a lot of times when I was on panel discussions, when I was discussing how to manage endometriosis, I had to come up with a way. So I created the journey log, and I apologize, it's backwards on your end, but I'm going to try to manage it the best way I can. So within your personal journey log for endometriosis, and I'm going to give you an actual look at everything. That way you know what you're getting yourself into if you want to support it. Within it, for those who have purchased it, you'll see, no, I don't like this. I got to come up with a better way. I can't do y'all like that. I'm going to try to pull up the actual information for you because I'd rather you see exactly what it looks like versus, the backwards version. I know I wear glasses and that plays tricks on my eyes, so I know that's not fair to you all. So in each part of the journey log, there are specific areas such as the affirmations page. A lot of times what I recognized, which was my biggest problem, was that I could not stay motivated. I was feeling a little upset because I couldn't manage my endometriosis pain. I felt a little taken aback. I could not get out of the negative spirit. So I feel like that is the first step to making sure or changing your health, is that one, you have to be positive and you have to want to change your health. So that was one of the things that I looked at first. It's just a full affirmation page where you're able to just go in and it's a full affirmation page where you're just able to go in and look at each of these affirmations and apply them to your life. Or there's a portion where you're able to go in and select which one you want to do yourselves. And bear with me, I'm a little nervous because I've never done a webinar, and I would love for y'all to talk back to me, but I put y'all on mute. And I actually had a friend just tell me to tell me who you are, tell y'all who I am. For those who don't know, which I think everybody on this call actually does know me, because this is a personal, book release where I wanted people that knew me to actually get a chance to see what it was that, I created, who I was. So, of course, I am Lauren Kornegay, born in Oxon Hill, Maryland, Prince George's County. I attended Morgan State University, and I have endometriosis. I was diagnosed with endometriosis on March 18, 2011. And I was very taken aback by it. I didn't know what it was. And the gynecologist really didn't explain to me what it was. So the biggest problem that I had was not knowing what endometriosis was and managing it. So with managing my endometriosis, that is why I came up with the journey log. And what you're getting ready to see is going to be a outline of exactly what it is I have created for everybody to see. Give me 2 seconds and I'm going to pull up. So here we have the journey log. So this is my welcoming. Of course, I'm going to go, we have the contents page, like I said previously, the affirmations. So like I said, when I first started my journey being diagnosed in March 2011, I was at a loss for words because I thought that this would just be another stepping stone, another hill for me to get over. And it was not. It was something that was extremely life changing for me. I was diagnosed with endometriosis, and it's like I was hit by a brick wall. I tried to manage it the best way that I could. I did research, and with doing research, I discovered that there were not many African American women that um, were diagnosed. And when I say diagnosed, um, rightfully so, as we see now, there is a big health equity situation going on for those who were not aware. And the endometriosis community has seen that. We're still talking about that. We've been talking about that in 2020, I think, for the entire year. But we're seeing that there are a lot of women, African American women and women of color, who are not diagnosed. So, with that, I included the affirmations page because I thought it was very beneficial to make sure that I had some type of motivation, self motivation. So, of course, if you've known me, you've seen this quote a couple of times. I live by Zora Neale Hurston. If you are silent about your pain, they'll kill you and say you enjoyed it. It's important for us to advocate for ourselves. I cannot express that enough. This journal will allow you to advocate for yourself because it allows you to write down the information that you need to write down to basically track your pain, track your symptoms, track your medication, track all of the questions from your appointments, track everything that you need to track. So, moving forward, I wanted to go to the next page. And this is, of course, like I said, the affirmations page. Please bear with me. I have a couple of pages that I dedicated to this to make sure that women had the opportunity to put affirmations on multiple days. As you know, we struggle with this multiple days. This isn't like a one time deal where it's just a one time fix and that's it. So, I am deliberate and afraid of nothing. Throughout this entire journal, you'll get an opportunity to see that these quotes are done or said by African American women, which I think are powerful because when we see quotes, we don't see enough of quotes from women that look like us. So, I want to make sure that I include that and that you're able to have that extra oomph and push, as my mother would say, to get through to that. The next one we have right here is our time to prepare and evaluate and keep track of details from your appointments. Use this as a guide when you're visiting your doctor. This is your appointment log. This allows you to go to the doctors, you put down the date, you put down what your problem is, and you also rate the experience because, as we know, I spoke about health equity earlier. You want to make sure that you are noting if the experience was good or not. And if it wasn't, there's a note column that you're able to write down what the problem was, why you think that way. So when you're doing a review or you're doing a survey of, the doctor or the hospital, you're able to track back to this information and plug that information in. And please, if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the Q&A portion so that I can see and I can answer those specific questions. As we go to the next page, bear with me because I have a lot of appointment logs. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Maya Angelou was an amazing woman. So, of course, I had to add her. I believe I may have 2 quotes from her. And here we have a medication log, whether it's supplements, whether it's heavy medication. I want you to be able to track your medication and I want you to be able to put that information in there. The reason why you're taking the medication, the dosage, amount, the occurrence, because every time we go to the doctor's office, they may ask us questions as such as that, like, why are you taking this medication? And what I've learned in the past is that doctors don't talk to each other. Doctors are not able to um, remember everything. They have a number of patients. So it's important to make sure that when you are doing this, that you write down this information, because the doctor that prescribed you a certain medication at your eye doctor, it may counteract with the medication that you are taking with endometriosis, rheumatologist, endometriosis specialist, or just your OBGYN. And please bear with me as I'm scrolling through. I want to make sure that I'm getting your comments. If you are texting me, I cannot see your text messages. I want to just give you a heads up. So, of course, I did not want to add too many medications because I'm hoping that we don't have that many medications. And if we ever get to that point, I want us to really sit back and think about the medications that they're giving us. Recently, there was somebody that stated that they were going to the doctor's office because of some type of pain that they were having. And the doctor prescribed the medication. I had to tell them, like, well, why are you taking the medication? Did they give you a cure? Did they tell you this is the reason why you're having pain? It's important for us to recognize that doctors cannot just give us medication without explanations. Give us medication, but tell us the reason why you're having this pain is X, Y, and Z, so that you can try to accommodate and fix what's happening. Just taking medication is not going to be healthful for you if you don't know what's the problem. Janelle Monet, even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. And that goes back to advocating for yourself. So, throughout this entire journal, you'll see the opportunity where you're advocating for yourself. This is something that's going to assist you, help you, benefit you. The next page is our weekly log. So, again, this is all in this journal right here. So far, for those who are just checking in, I've went over, sorry, the affirmations page. I've went over the medication log. I've gone over the appointment log, and we are now at the dietary log. So, like I said, it's very, very important. It's very important to pay close attention to the foods you ingest. Some foods can unfortunately cause more damage than good. So, as you see, I have come up with a list, which has taken extensive research for me to do. Now, I will say, please be mindful that some of the foods that may trigger me may not trigger you. So, it's also important to do your own research. I think it's very, very, very important that we get to a place where we are starting to understand how to do our own research and making sure that we are utilizing the web. Now, don't utilize it to the point where you want to diagnose yourself. I'm not telling you to do that. However, you want to make sure that you are trying to figure out what works best for you. For me in particular, and when I tell you I kind of try to go through these foods myself before I put them in here. I'm not good with cabbage. Red cabbage is the devil. If red cabbage was the person, I would fight them. So for me in particular, vegetables are really great, but you have to be mindful of what vegetables. There are so many women who are saying that, you know, we can do a keto diet, we can do a vegan diet, we can do this type of diet. There is no particular diet that works perfectly with endometriosis. You have to do the research you said yourself. I have a friend who is allergic to a lot of things. For those who know me, they know that I'm allergic to a lot of things. And learning this, we realize that what works for you may not work for me. So right here, we have a tracker. What food causes your flare ups? What foods cause your flare ups? It's important for you to recognize it. So I may have some foods you may avoid. However, all of these foods may not affect you the way they affect me. So it's very beneficial for you to do your research. And then you have some foods that are beneficial. We often talk about what foods not to eat. And it sounds like we can only eat ice and water. So I want to make sure you understand that there are foods that are really good for us. Ginger helps with inflammation. Turmeric helps with inflammation. You want to make sure that you're looking at leafy green vegetables, kale, spinach, things of that nature. Even certain proteins are good for us. I know that we're not supposed to eat certain things. Red meat can be harmful, but I can't tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. If you want to go to a cookout, cookout this summer coming up and you want to eat some steak or a rib, you do that, but do that in moderation so that you can monitor your health. So we're going to go to the next one. The next page is going to be our weekly food log. As you see, we have our food log. It's important for us to take a daily water intake. You're just going to monitor your food. I don't expect you to put all of this in here. It's very difficult to keep track of what you're eating. So if you're doing a little snack here and there, go ahead and jot that down so you can just make sure that you're paying attention to it. If you ate something today and you realize it makes you feel good, write that down. If you ate something today and it made you feel like you didn't have a good day, or if it made you feel real sluggish, you want to write that down. So just be mindful. And again, I said we have a couple of these pages because I want to make sure that we really are tracking the foods that we are eating. All right. So this right here, okay, computer is wilding out. Right here, we have some information that is very, very beneficial. It is the period tracker. The period tracker allows you to monitor your pain. So with endometriosis, with periods, you have crazy amounts of symptoms. And the symptoms you have, of course, acne, aching, bloating, brain fog, chest pains, dizziness, and so forth. So what may happen to me may not happen to you. So I have acne, I have bloating, I have brain fog, I have chest pains, I get dizziness, I have heavy bleeding, migraines, pretty much all of this is what I have. So for you, you may not have that. You may not even have a lot of pain either. So you're going to just go through the list and you're going to track what you had that month or that week. So this is for that week. So you're going to track what you had that week. And then you're going to write down on what days you may feel like you have. So make sure that you have all of that. Make sure that you are understanding your body. Make sure you're paying attention to it, because what may happen during the first period of the year may not happen during the second, third, or fourth. So you just want to keep track of that, because when you go to your gynecologist or your doctor, you're able to pull this out and say, well, yeah, in January, I had some dizziness, I had migraines, I had some type of fatigue. However, March, I don't feel that way. And then lastly, I want you to take care of your self-care. Your self-care is beneficial. It is the most beneficial thing you can ever think of. Like I said, affirmations is very, very important. However, your self-care is important too. So as you see in the beginning of the journal, I started with, let's work on our mindset. Let's work on our motivation. Let's work on our mental. Let's focus on how to motivate ourselves to feel good about what we're doing. Let's motivate ourselves to speak life into ourselves. And when we close out, we're doing self-care. How can we make sure that we're managing our self-care? How are we making sure that we are paying attention? Are we doing any of the things? Like, you can do a suggested task, or you can come up with a task. So you have try a new recipe. I know for me particularly, like when I get down, I love to cook. I love trying new dishes. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's nasty, I'm throwing it in the trash. However, if it's something that's beneficial to me, I'm going to keep doing it. I also try to sit with my feelings. Meditate. It's okay to just sit still. If you want to get in the bath one day, if you want to go get in the shower one day and just sit in the water and relax, do that. Sometimes I may even just listen to music. For those who came on early, you saw Jasmine Sullivan. Amazing. She just came out with the amazing album. Of course, she has some explicit stuff, but that's why I love her, because she's very real. And sometimes we need to be real with ourselves. So listening to music, just being in the moment, sitting with your feelings, meditating, trying new recipes, going for a walk. These are things that are self-care. And they may sound very mediocre, basic, But self-care is that basic. Trying a new lipstick, trying a new hairstyle, a new makeup, those things are very great for you to do. And I think that that is beneficial. So like I said, we started off with affirmation, getting your mindset right, and we're closing out with self-care. Now we also have an opportunity for you to look at just blank pages where it says notes. Because as we know, you may come up with some other things that you need to track for yourself. So that is what we are trying to get at. I am trying to get at a place where you are comfortable with yourself, where you are doing affirmations, where you are excited about certain things, where you are pushing forward to get to your best self. This is the journal for you. I'm hoping that everyone goes out and purchase it. You can purchase it from Amazon. Please review. Please review. It's important because I need to know what I need to work on, what I need to add, what I need to change. Because, of course, there will be another edition of this. There's no way I could do this one thing and just think that's it. But as you see, this is the back of the bio. It is copyrighted. It is on Amazon. You can check it out. This is the ISBN number. You have all this information. It's a wealth of knowledge for you. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Please, if you have any questions, please let me know. I see that somebody has one question. Yes, it is available on Amazon. You are able to go and purchase it right now. It is actually on sale for $10. Currently on sale for $10. I have decided, but today is the last day that you can purchase it for $10. So make sure that you go ahead and go straight over to Amazon. I included it. Sorry, I'm not I cannot. I hate this chat thing. But you can go and you can go ahead and purchase this at Amazon. I included the link. So if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I also want you to know that I will be coming out with another product. It is an ebook, and this ebook will actually talk about how to advocate for yourself. So this won't just be about endometriosis. This will be about just in general. How do you advocate for yourself? So it's going to be a guide that you can actually get for free. I will be emailing it to everybody that registered for today, and it will be free. Of course, I'll be selling the ebook on gumroad.com as well as other platforms, but I will be emailing it out to you for free so that you can have it in your stash of goodies. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. So I want to say thank you to everybody that came out. Please, if you have a question, please let me know ahead of time so that I can go ahead and answer it for you. But other than that, I just want to say that I'm so thankful. I know that endometriosis is not some taboo conversation. Talking about menstrual cycles is not a taboo conversation. This is something that we need to talk about. Now, I'm not saying let's talk about it at the dinner table while we got food out and all that other stuff. However, we need to talk about endometriosis, women's reproductive health, PCOS, fibroids, menstrual cycles. Menstrual cycles should be celebrated. Menstrual cycles should be talked about with each other so that we are able to get to a place where we are helping young women. There are so many young women, and when I mean young women, I mean children. We have children that start their cycles at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're starting your cycle at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there's a concern. And if they're able to start their cycle at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, why are we not educating them about women's reproductive health at that age as well? We need to make sure that we're taking in our young ones, our nieces, and we need to make sure that we're supporting the whole community of endometriosis community. We can't just support women. We can't just support white women. We can't just support women of color. We can't just support a certain demographics. Though I have started Endo Black, yes, it is a platform for African American women and women of color to have a safe space to talk about. However, it is imperative that we support all who are affected by endometriosis, and that includes transgender community people as well. So again, thank you so much. I will be sending you all the ebook on January the 16th, which is when I will be sending it out. Also, you all are about to experience the first look at my website. For those who have not gotten a chance to take a look at it, I will be sharing it right now. You'll have the opportunity to go there to get a guide for free as well. So go ahead and go to our website. It says get your free guide to help manage your endometriosis. Here you are. You go on this site. I want y'all to take a look at it. It's very, very simple. It gets to the point, very clean. As you see, it's pink. I can't help it. I know my cousin is probably mad at me because she a Delta, but it's pink, girl. So here's everything. I just have all this information. You can go and actually click on this website. It is laurenkornegay.com. You can click your personal journey log for endometriosis. You can purchase it here as well. It just will, actually take you straight to Amazon. So if you can't remember the Amazon link, you can go directly to it. Go ahead. It shares some information. It shares what the purpose of this is. It's also a purchase link right here for you if you see it. Now, I also recently started my endometriosis coaching services. I offer a one-on-one session, a planning session, an endo group session, and endo planning course. As you see, this is all of the information here. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to share. Right now, I only have 4 slots left for my endo group session. So if you're interested in learning about endometriosis, this isn't for just people with endometriosis. The endo group session is open to everybody. If you're advocating for someone, if you're advocating for yourself, if you want to support a loved one, this is how you learn about endometriosis so that you can be a better advocate for your loved ones. This is going to be my free group session. This is not going to cost anything. This is a program where I'm implementing. This is the first month. I would love for you to check it out, share with your friends, share with your family members so they can check it out. So again, you can book your free session so that we can get to the root of your problem. If you just feel like you want to do a one-on-one session where you want to do a Q&A and ask questions, let's do that. If you want to do a planning session where we come up with a plan for the next couple of weeks for how you choose to manage your pain, we can do that as well. If you want to just learn about endometriosis in a group session, that's okay. And if you want to do an endo planning course, where we work together for 4 to 6 weeks to make sure that you're getting the help that you need, whether or not you're managing it on your own or you're overwhelmed by it or if you're confused. This is all here for you. So if you're interested, please let me know. If you know of anybody with endometriosis, please share this information so that they can sign up. I love the fact that so many people logged in today. It's amazing. It's great to have support. And as someone first said to me, I am not an expert. I am just experienced. So thank you so much. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to check the chat really quick. Hey, Ashley. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Advocacy does matter for whatever you are doing. So thank you again. I'm not an expert. I'm experienced. Sending love, peace, and happiness to everybody. Please purchase the journey log and look out for your free guide ebook in your email next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.